Hello, hello, ladies. Good evening. Hiba, Karen, Reda, Dina. Hello, hello. Abid is also here. Wonderful. Getting through it, ladies. Getting through. You only have 3 more days. Sana is here. Hi, Hiba. I'm so happy yesterday I was able to find my screen. I don't know what happened. My screen disappeared and then it reappeared right at the end. So I was able to end the meeting. So hopefully we don't have another glitch like that tonight. All right, ladies, 7 p.m. Welcome. You are literally almost done with your first ever 9-day detox. You have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday left, and that's it. Right now, some of you are finally, maybe for the first time, experiencing the detox withdrawal symptoms, right? Some of you had some minor ones over the weekend. A lot of you are starting to feel them now because remember what we did over the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? It's very mild. It was like clean eating is the easiest type of detoxing that you can do. And it can elicit some reactions, but not necessarily deep ones. What we started as of Sunday was a deep detox. When all you're eating is fruits and vegetables. Yes, there's even deeper, but this is still a very deep one. It might not have been enough for your body to just remove the sugars and the dairy and all of that the first 3 days. But when we definitely then got rid of the animal protein and the lentils and legumes, and maybe you're having nuts and got rid of all those things and really just brought it down to the basics, which is fruits and vegetables. Some of you are starting to feel that now. I just want to reassure you how absolutely normal this is. And especially what most of you are feeling is extreme fatigue. That's the most basic detox, like the most basic one. If you're going to feel anything on a detox, it's going to be extreme fatigue and sleepiness and feeling like you just can't get out of bed. It's not a sign that something's going wrong. It's not a sign that your body's breaking down. It's because your body is actually using up a lot of energy. Detoxing requires energy, like your organs and your systems require energy to get rid of all the toxins, right? We've jump-started your detox systems, your liver and your kidneys and your lymphatic system. And that's why especially your lymphatic system is this sort of intricate web that goes all over your body. You have lymphatic system here, right? The lymph nodes here, under your arms, here, around the groin area, and then like the lymphatic system is everywhere. So if you imagine that your kidneys and your liver are releasing all the toxins, and then it's up to the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is your body's garbage disposal system. It's up to that system to flush it out of your body. So you're going to feel as it's going through your body, you're going to feel the aches and pains. So again, nothing has gone wrong here if you feel very tired, very sleepy, achy, you get a runny nose, you get a headache, you might even get a fever. These are all very typical, very basic detox withdrawal symptoms. And if you think about it, if we take away the first 3 days, you've really only been detoxing 3 days, like deep detoxing 3 days. So it could last a few more days for some of you. So listen to your body. Don't fight it. If you feel like you need to sleep early, please sleep early. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign like you don't have any more energy. It is a sign of the body's working hard and the body really wants you to respect that. So sleep earlier. If you feel like you can't get up in the morning because you still need a little bit more sleep and you're able to do that, if your schedule allows it, then do that. If you feel like you come home and maybe usually you do something or you go out, or maybe on the weekends you're more socially active and you feel like you can't, then honor that, right? This is a phase in your life where you are taking care of yourself in a very specific way. So it's going to require different behavior, right? It's going to require you to behave and to implement different practices than the ones you were used to before. Does not mean that there's anything wrong with you at all. All right. So having said that, you have 3 days left and you'll be done with your first 9-day cycle. Tomorrow or Thursday is the potato day. Everybody's always excited about potato day. And then Friday is your juicing day. And we'll talk about the juicing day in more detail on Thursday, but you're going to end your 9-day cycle with just juice on Friday. So there isn't even a salad. There's no, all the cooked vegetables you're complaining about, you don't even have those on Friday. It's just juices. After Friday is where you will have to make a decision about how to move forward. I'm going to give you recommendations, but I can't make this decision for you because each one of you is feeling into her body and understanding her body. And you need to be honest with yourself and very clear on what you need, and don't shortchange yourself when you're making this decision of what to do starting Saturday. Your options are to repeat the entire 9-day detox again. So you would have the juicing day on Friday, and then Saturday you would wake up and do 3 days of animal protein again, followed by the 6 days of completely no animal protein, ending with another juice day. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is you can go back to doing clean eating, only clean eating. Continue just to follow all those recipes in the clean eating guide. Option number 3 is the hybrid cleanse. Remember that document I told you don't need now? Go back to that first email. You have a document called hybrid cleanse. Hybrid cleanse is basically in between a deep detox and a general clean eating program. So it's not very deep, not very intense, but not so slow either. It's an in-between. How are you going to decide which one you need to do? If you have any kind of autoimmune, so if you have a thyroid condition, any thyroid condition, if you have endometriosis, if you have PCOS, if you have diabetes or prediabetes or insulin resistance, if you have arthritis, if you have any diagnosed condition, my recommendation for you is to repeat the 9 days, because the 9 days is not really, out of the 3 plans, it's not the one that is more of a lifestyle. The 9 days is more of a prescription. Think of it as a medicinal dose that you need to do in order for your body to heal, and in order for your body to heal fast. So think of the 9 days that way. It's a prescription, it's a dose. If you have any one of those conditions, that is my recommendation for you. If you don't have any of those, right, and maybe all you have is just in general, right, low energy, not sleeping well, maybe you have uncomfortable periods that come and go, maybe you have night sweats that come and go, then I would recommend you can easily choose either the hybrid or the clean eating plan. When I say I don't want you to shortchange yourself, and I want you to be super honest with yourself, because I can't make this decision for you. Part of becoming empowered in your health is you make the decision and then you face the consequences of your decision. So even though I'm recommending the 9-day as a repeat for many of you don't want to do the 9 days again and would rather do something a little bit more flexible, a little bit easier, which is 100% up to you. But I need you to sit with yourself for the next few days and have a really honest conversation between you and decide. Is moving on to something a little bit slower paced, a little bit more flexible. I'm not going to say they're not less healing. They're just much slower healing. Is that the best thing for me? You're the only one who can decide that. If you want to speed things up, so some of you might really be on a roll and want to go even faster than all of these detoxes, what you can do is what we're going to do tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. So the last 3 days of the 9 days, once we're done on Friday, you can repeat those 3 days over and over and over and over again. So you would skip the first 3 days where we have animal protein, skip the next, I'm really bad with math. On 3 days of where you go just fruits and vegetables, and you would do Wednesday's plan, Thursday's plan, and then Friday the juice plan. So you would do 3 days, one of which is just juice, and do that on repeat if you want to speed up. This is also a good option if weight loss is one of your priorities and you feel like weight has been a bit stubborn for you, a bit slow for you. Doing that is going to speed up that process for you as well. The important thing to remember in all of this is that as long as you are following one of these 3 plans, and maybe you do a mix and match. Maybe you do 1 week, I feel like I'm ready to go full on with the 9 days. And then the following week, maybe your life circumstances change. Maybe you are traveling, maybe you're going somewhere. So maybe the clean eating is more applicable. Whichever one you are called to do is the right one for you. There's no, I'm just laying out all the information and it's up to you to make that decision. Whatever decision you make, there is no shame, there is no blame, there is no nothing. It's 100% what you feel called to do, and that's going to be the right thing for you. So please really try to feel into that to see what is the best decision for you. One more thing I do need to say though, if you have a thyroid condition specifically, and you do decide you want to go back to clean eating, I would do any of the recipes except for the ones that have any grains. So if there's any quinoa, if there's any chickpeas, if there's any lentils, I would specifically stay away from those because those can really, really negatively affect the thyroid and slow down healing. All right. Questions, ladies? Well, let me see the comments. Hiba, each day I have new different symptoms besides the other. That's also, so here's the thing. Let me just say one more thing about detox symptoms. So yes, you can have different ones that appear. So you might have like the headache and the fatigue and it goes away and you might feel great for a few days. And then all of a sudden, maybe you get diarrhea, or all of a sudden you get a headache that just won't go away for 3 days. Detox symptoms don't just come in one shot at the beginning of the detox, at the initial phase of a detox, and then phase out and then disappear. As long as you are detoxing, whether that's deep detoxing, mid-level detoxing, clean eating detoxing, over months, you're going to see an ebb and flow of your detox withdrawal symptoms, because the body will go in and clear one layer of toxicity, and then you're going to feel great, and the body's going to keep clearing, get to another layer of toxicity and clear that again. So you might go for a couple of months feeling amazing, and then all of a sudden feel really tired again. You haven't done anything different. Feel tired again, feel sleepy again, get the body aches again, etc. The body goes in cycles of cleansing. And also, if you're somebody, let's say you weren't detoxing, right? You were intentionally triggering your body to release toxicity. Our body naturally goes through cleansing cycles, like it's self-cleaning. So even if you're not going on a detox, every few months, you might get a runny nose, you might feel tired, you might feel you need to rest, you might get a headache, you might feel like you have a cold. And if you're somebody who gets a cold every few months, that's just your body self-clearing, getting rid of what's not serving it. So it's really good for us to know this ahead of time so that when it happens, it's not if, when it happens, it doesn't take you by surprise and it doesn't scare you and it doesn't worry you. That's how healing works. It's always going to be a few steps forward, 1 step backward, few steps forward, 1 step backwards. Healing has never worked any other way. So whatever it is you're feeling, Hiba, the different ones, they are going to pop up, clear up, pop up, clear up. You'll feel great. And then in a few months' time, same thing might happen again. It's supposed to be that way. Dina, hello. Yes, I need something salty. Well, you could add salt to all of your food, right? So you can add salt to all the veggies, to the salads, to everything that you're making. So if you're not adding enough salt, maybe add some more salt. There's nothing wrong with salt as long as you're using the right salt. If you're using sea salt, if you're using Himalayan salt, salt is an essential mineral that our body needs to function. So if you feel like you need more, sprinkle some more on your food. So now I feel very emotional. So emotional detox. Remember, we talked about this, ladies. The body doesn't just release toxicity from what you eat and drink. It also releases emotional toxins. We're going to get to emotions and emotional eating in a couple of weeks. But for the time being, just remember that the same way that your body stores toxins that it cannot process and doesn't know how to eliminate, when you feel a certain emotion that's labeled negative, right? There's no such thing as a negative emotion or a good emotion. That's just sort of, we just somehow label them that way. But let's just say an emotion that doesn't serve you, right? So if you feel sadness or anger or resentment or grief, and you felt these feelings at any point in time during your life, and you haven't let yourself process them. Maybe you've suppressed them. Maybe you've suppressed anger. Maybe you've suppressed resentment. Maybe you've suppressed grief. Any emotion that you haven't allowed to bubble up to the surface and just come out of you and be expressed, you're suppressing. You're pushing it back down again. The same way that we push down toxins from what we eat and drink and all of that. So what we're doing right now, and these emotions get trapped where? In your organs. So they get trapped in your liver, they get trapped in your lungs, they get trapped in your gallbladder, they get trapped in all sorts of areas in your body. So once we've triggered your body to release toxicity, the body's not going to pick and choose what toxins to release. And it doesn't really differentiate between the emotional toxicity and the toxicity that you get from what you consume. It's all going to bubble to the surface. So yeah, it's very normal that you're going to feel more weepy. You might feel more sad. You might feel more irritable. You might feel like you're remembering things that you thought, you were done with. Maybe they were just memories and situations where you didn't go through the complete process of following through on a feeling, following through on a conversation to clear a situation. All of that can be bubbling up as well. So let it bubble up this time. Don't suppress it. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to, yell, scream into a pillow, whatever you do, you don't want to suppress it the way you did before, because same way that you're going to suppress the other toxins, if you suppress the emotional toxins, they're going to have to come up again at some other time. That's just how the body works. Shahinaz, I wake up energetic, but usually fall asleep around 7. So what time do you wake up, Shahinaz? Let's see how many hours are you doing a day?
I wake up around 5 a.m.
Okay, so that's a 14-hour day. I know you're a busy working woman. What time did you used to sleep?
Around 9, 10.
Okay,
11.
So are you still sleeping at 7 and waking up at 5?
Yesterday I fell asleep while you were talking. I'm so embarrassed. Sorry, I couldn't make it. So sometimes I fall asleep wherever I am.
Okay, but you sleep deep from 7 to 5?
Yes. I just wake up to pray and go back to sleep.
At 5?
Wake up around, yes.
So wait, you wake up at 5, pray, and then you go back to sleep again for how long?
No. I wake up around 11 p.m. to pray in Aisha.
Okay.
Then go and wake up around 4:30, 5.
Okay.
To start the day.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it could be that your body's just more tired than usual. The only reason this would be a problem is if, you have a social life and you want to do things in the evening, right? So 7 is a bit early. But again, this is something that will balance out. I would only worry about this if the sleep is very choppy and you said you wake up energetic. So that for me is a sign right there that there's no problem with what's happening here at all.
Okay.
If you weren't waking up energetic, that would be a different story. But waking up energetic means that the body's resting. It means it's regenerating. It means it's making use of all the nutrients that you're taking in so that you can wake up fueled. That's it.
Today I took some dates so I can stay alert.
Stay awake a little bit. Did it help?
Yeah. Yes, I'm here now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Maybe you just need a little push in the evenings, right? Maybe you do a few dates and maybe you want to just push it till 8 o'clock, especially if you have families, right? Sleeping at 7 when the rest of your family's still awake. In terms of that, yes, it might not be, logistically practical, but in terms of the body, there's nothing wrong with that you sleep early. Okay. Karen, I am frightened to say I'm feeling so good. Only first day, slight headache. Maybe I made myself since I really prepared, stressed for the coming symptoms. I feel more energy and good. That's amazing, Karen. That's amazing. It is right now at this point, it really can go either way. You can either be totally exhausted or you can be starting to feel better. So keep doing what you're doing. And those of you who don't feel great yet, look at Karen. It's coming. It's happening. Look at Shahinaz. She's already waking up energetic. Zaina, hello. I know we can't have corn because it has tons of GMOs. What about non-GMO corn? Can we have that in the clean eating phase? So no, popcorn is not the healthy snack, right? So it is not, it's what we call dry, dead, and dumb, right? It is a dead food, literally dead. And even if it wasn't GMO, it's a dead food, just like you can't compare a potato chip to a potato, right? So let's say that corn is like a vegetable and it's amazing for you, as potatoes are, but there's no way that a potato chip can compare to a raw potato that you roast or you boil or, you know, you do anything healthy to and then you eat it. Two completely different things. So popcorn is not a health food. It has been, you know, like advertised as that, like it's a great, healthy, low calorie snack. It absolutely is not. That's besides the fact that it's also GMO, and most corn is GMO. Obviously, if you can find non-GMO, then at least we're going back to the original kernel, at least, right? But here's the test with corn, with an actual corn. If you eat corn and then the next day you poop and you see one of the little corn kernels in your poop, our bodies also have a hard time digesting corn. So that would be your proof that it doesn't work for your body. So popcorn as a snack, this is one of those things that's going to have to be, it will never be a regular thing. Let's put it that way. Like if you want to heal, popcorn cannot be a regular thing. It is not healing. And if it's GMO, then it's doubly not healing. And it definitely doesn't belong in clean eating in all cases also. Rana, I still have the painful bloating symptoms. Is that normal? Yes. Almost after every meal, even if I eat an apple, the lemon balm has really helped to minimize the pain. Yes. So again, very, very normal until now. If you have, I mean, the bloating for some, it can be really bad where you actually feel like you're pregnant. For some of you, it can be that extreme, the cleansing process. The lemon balm helps because the lemon balm is an herb that actually helps to calm the nerves inside your digestive system. So it helps to calm the bloating. If you have colon issues, it helps to calm down the colon. It helps to really relax all the nerves that work so hard inside the digestive system, to heal them so that they work optimally. If you are still very uncomfortably bloated, like I said before, turn the cooked vegetables into a soup. So you can roast the broccoli, the asparagus, the zucchini, or whatever combination is available to you, roast them, and then put them in a blender with some water, blend them really, really, really well, add as much water as you need, add the spices. You can also roast them with garlic and onion and herbs to make them more tasty, blend them into a soup. At least that way, you've removed a little bit of the work that the body has to do, and all then that your digestive system is doing is absorbing all of the nutrients. If by next week you feel absolutely no relief, let me know. Today is the first day I felt so hungry. Is that because of the cold weather? It could definitely be because of the cold weather. If you ate everything on the plan and according to the plan and you didn't leave more than 2 hours between your food, then it's definitely the cold weather. If you went for 2 hours, like more than 2 hours, missing a snack, missing a meal, that could be the reason why. It could also be because today is actually day 6 of the plan of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, so day 6, minimum of 5 days for your body to get rid of biochemical addictions. So start to pay attention if you are following the plan exactly, not skipping any meals, not skipping any snacks, and you start to get hungry. This is where we might have to start to identify emotional hunger. Because as of yesterday, for most of you, the biochemical addictions that used to trigger cravings and hunger are on their way out. So whatever hunger signals your body's giving you as of today and for the next, however long we're doing this, it should be phased out where you're getting a hunger craving that's a true hunger craving. What could be happening from now on, and start to pay attention to that, was there an emotional trigger? Did you feel tired or bored or sad or frustrated? Any one of those is an emotional trigger. And in the past, you might not be aware of it, that you automatically go for something to comfort a very basic feeling like boredom. So start to pay attention to that if you followed everything according to plan. It could be time to start to identify the emotional hunger triggers, all right? Shadeen, does having no symptoms mean that nothing is clearing out, or is that fine? So this would depend, because Shadeen, I think you and Zaina, where did she go? She was here. Are the youngest. Yeah, she's still here. Are the youngest in the group. So I was just telling Zaina today that if you have very, very, very few symptoms because of your age, right? So it's very different for a 25 or 31-year-old, right, Shadeen, to have accumulated the amount of toxins that those of us in our 50s have accumulated. So you have less to clear out. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not working. It just means that you're at a phase in your life where the accumulation and the level of inflammation is not necessarily as high, where the process could be a little bit easier. It could also mean it's still going to come for you later. Could mean either one of those things. But when we're looking at a diagnosed condition, that's going to be your marker of what's working and what's not working. So if it's an issue with your period, if it's an issue with endometriosis or PCOS or any symptom, fatigue, lack of energy, you're measuring that. When you start to see an improvement in that, then you know that it's working. Given the emotional part you were talking about, I was wondering what the effects of trauma are on the hormones and body. So trauma triggers cortisol. Remember how I talked about cortisol yesterday? So any kind of trauma, short-term or long-term, is automatically going to trigger cortisol. And the longer you are dealing with trauma without trying to process it, without trying to understand it, without trying to get over it, you keep those cortisol levels high, whether you're aware of it or not. So the main hormone that's going to be affected here is cortisol. And remember how I said yesterday, there's sort of a domino effect. So yeah, cortisol is going to it can affect your liver. It can also affect your sex hormones. It's going to affect generally, if you have like a general constant high cortisol, that's going to affect sleep. That's going to give you adrenal fatigue. Eventually, that's going to affect blood pressure. That's going to affect blood sugar. So yeah, it will. Shadeen, I'm feeling great, energized, don't feel tired, no headaches, loving being in the kitchen and making my food. My sweat is much, much better. There you go. So that was an issue for you, right? So that's one thing that it's a measurable for you, right? So there you go. It's working. Rana said yes. Are you saying yes because it's potentially, you're answering my question, that is an emotional trigger, Rana? Boredom, sadness, frustration. Anyone, something similar? Shadeen, still adjusting to the new lifestyle and time management. Ladies, it's only been 6 days. Of course you're still adjusting, all right? 6 days out of your whole life. You've only been doing this, whether your body's still adjusting, whether you are still adjusting to the time management, to time you're spending in the kitchen, to how this sort of fits into your whole life. It's only been 6 days. Take a step back and be very kind to yourself that you are doing this, and that, again, when it comes also time management and adjusting, there's a learning curve. There's always, again, steps forward, steps back, exactly in the same way that the healing works. It's not going to be perfect 100% of the time. So be kind to yourself in this process. You're literally doing what 99% of the population refuses to do. You are in the 1% by doing this. So always remind yourself of that, not from a place of, haughtiness. Couldn't think of a better word, but remind yourself because you have taken this step for yourself, and you owe yourself constant reminder of how you took a difficult step, and every day you're being consistent with something. You're being consistent. You're waking up and doing something for your health. You're waking up and adding something to your health. You're waking up and making some kind of an adjustment to your time. You're waking up and making some kind of adjustment to how you manage your day. This is incredible. And it's these small steps that you take every day. That's what creates your lifestyle in the long run. So don't just say but still adjusting, Shadeen, right? It's huge. It's not but still adjusting. It's like, oh my God, I'm adjusting. Hiba, I'm drinking hibiscus instead of the lemon balm. Is it fine? Do you have, Hiba, do you have any digestive issues? Or any like diagnosed issues or anything like that?
No, sometimes I just get bloating,
Okay.
but when I wake up in the morning, it's fine.
So I would go for the lemon balm instead for now. Okay, so let's just give your digestive system more care, right? And the lemon balm is going to do that a little bit more than the hibiscus. Okay.
Yeah.
Rana, okay, thank you. I even eat more dates. Everybody's afraid of dates. Don't be afraid of dates, right? Everything you have ever been told about dates, and I mean everything, that they contain too much sugar, that they're going to give you diabetes, that they're going to make you gain weight, all of it is wrong. All of you here who feel like you need to lose weight, how many dates have you been eating up until this program?
Dana, I usually eat 3 days a day, but today I eat about 6.
That's fine. That's fine, right? Nobody gains weight. Nobody gets sick. Nobody gets diabetes from eating dates or fruits or watermelons or grapes or any of that. If you feel like you are more hungry, whether that's because of the cold, whether that's because you're on the road and you forgot your food, whether that's because it is an emotional thing, or a part of getting over your pattern of reaching for comfort food when it's an emotional issue is reaching for a different kind of food first, right? So instead of reaching for the chocolate or reaching for the chips or reaching whatever you love reaching for when you're upset or sad or tired, one of the first ways to break that pattern is to reach for a healthier version. So if Rana today you were feeling more hungry, whether it was the cold, whether because you're sad or tired or bored, and you went for more dates, that's already changing the habit. That's already breaking the neural pathways and what you're used to of going for whatever it is your comfort food used to be. And instead, now you're teaching your brain, I'm going for dates instead, or I'm going to go for a banana instead. Stop feeling guilty about dates, ladies. They're dates, right? Growing on palm trees, they've been around for millions of years, naturally healing, mentioned in all the religious texts for how incredibly powerful they are. There's no guilt around eating dates. Sally, I can't help waking every 2 hours or so to pee at night. This is my regular system. Okay, so Sally, you need to stop all liquids at 7. Okay, if you're just waking up to pee, then we need to stop all liquids by 7. If you're waking up, and this goes for all of you, and just because you just wake up, right? You don't know why you're waking up in the middle of the night. This is a sign that the liver is working a little bit harder than usual. And because we know what works during the night. So it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for you, but know that it's going to rebalance. No, you shouldn't be waking up to pee. Stop drinking by 7.
But I wanted to share this. It's my tendency, you know. I don't know why I wake up even before the detox to pee during the night, even if I stop by 7.
Even you've consciously done this. You've stopped eating and drinking by 7.
Yeah. I do this, but maybe I need to stop at 5 or something. I don't know.
Let's try, right? If you've definitely done it at 7 for long periods of time, with and without detoxing, and you still wake up many times, then let's bring it back. Bring it back. Just I would go 1 hour back at a time. So start at 6. Go back to 6 first and see what happens.
Okay, but I'm sure because I'm taking too much fluids, you know. Yeah, maybe.
No, the problem is not you're definitely very hydrated on this plan, okay? But it makes it a lot more challenging if it's very close to bedtime, right? The body doesn't have enough time to get rid of all the liquid before you fall asleep. So bring it back an hour, make sure you're eliminating constantly until you sleep, and then let's see how that goes.
Yeah, and at 3 o'clock, I started waking up before the detox. I noticed that I usually wake up at 4:30 or 5, but I started waking up at almost 3 o'clock for days. Now I know maybe I had the load over my liver or something.
Yeah, so waking up between 1 and 3, that's a liver. That's a liver. If you're not detoxing, that's a liver overloaded. If you're detoxing, that's a liver regenerating. We pushed it a little bit to regenerate.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Noher, can I boil the vegetables and blend them? Yes, whatever taste you prefer. If you prefer the vegetables boiled, boil and blend. If you prefer them roasted, roast and blend. This is totally up to you. Hiba, I think I might be catching a cold. What am I supposed to do? No, you don't have a cold, Hiba. You have detox withdrawal symptoms. So if you have a runny nose, if you have a sore throat, if you have a cough, if you have a fever, if you have a headache, those are not cold symptoms. We have intentionally initiated your body's internal cleansing, and that's what it's doing. You do not have a cold. So you need to help your body through this process. This is how the body's eliminating toxicity. And just so we're clear, anytime the body does this, so whether you're in a detox or not in a detox, anytime you have what's called cold symptoms, that is the body getting rid of toxicity. It's not the body sick. The body doesn't get sick. The body reaches a tipping point. It gets filled up with toxins, whether that's food toxins, whether that's viral toxicity, whether that's a germ, whether that's a combination of all of these things. And it reaches a point where it can't deal with it anymore. It needs it to come out of your body, and it comes out of your body as runny nose, cough, sore throat, headache, body aches, fever, and whatever symptoms come. So you don't have anything. You do not take the medicine. I think it was in the first class I said you do not take any of the typical cold and flu medications, because number one, they don't treat what you have, because what you have is not an illness. What you have is a detox process. So you don't treat a cleansing process, nothing to treat. You want it to continue so that it can eliminate, so that you can heal. You can support this detox healing process as your body's going through it. You can definitely add more lemon water with ginger. You can definitely add more orange juice, but you don't want to stop the process. And we're not going to take medicine to heal this, because this medicine doesn't heal it. It just stops the body from doing what it needs to do. So it's going to push all of your hard work, basically, push all of your hard work back in, and then it's going to fill up again, and the body's going to have to get rid of it at another time. So you do nothing except rest, take lots of lemon water with honey, with ginger, and orange juice. Stephanie, I lost 5 pounds. Probably water, but it's been months since instead of gaining, I actually lose. Amazing. And don't diminish what you think is just water. If weight loss is one of your goals, you cannot lose fat weight before you lose water weight. It has to, that's the order. You won't get to the deep layers of the fat before the body eliminates all the unnecessary inflammation, which is your body holds inflammation and water. So this is amazing. It means your body is letting go of inflammation. It means the body is on its path to healing. Amazing. Sana, I feel much better than I thought I would be feeling, even though I still feel too tired towards the end of the day. That's perfectly okay. It's probably because I didn't have a day off this weekend plus detoxing. Okay, so if you didn't have rest time, if you didn't have downtime, this is going to affect everything in your life, right? We need regular hours to unwind, regular hours for our body to come down from its heightened state during the day. So it's really important that you are very aware of this, Sanat, right? It's very clear for you why this happened, but everything else you're talking about is right on track. Stephanie, same for me, drinking hibiscus since I cannot find, that's fine. That's fine. Either or works. When you do find it, just bring it into the rotation, Stephanie. Senna, I'm eating 10 dates a day. Amazing. I would rather you eat 10 dates a day than 1 piece of bread. How easy is it for everybody here to eat a piece of bread and totally just justify it and not think anything, especially if you're eating whole wheat, dark bread, you know, all of these, like nobody bats an eyelid, nobody, but eat a date and like everybody freaks out. Enjoy your dates. Hiba, eat a lot of dates. Amazing. What if I stop drinking at 7, but I'm thirsty at midnight? I mean, I tend to drink at night many times. Follow your body's cues. Wake up and drink if that's what the body's telling you to do. Your body's really, when that happens, the body's really trying to figure out how to balance your hydration, right? Between water and the hydration from your food. So just to go with it, right? Today's only day 6, and let's see how this plays out. Rana, can I drink lemon balm throughout the day? Yes, you can. Can I drink, and Anais says, a hot beverage? Yes, you can, absolutely. Hiba, I'm experiencing allergy on my skin since some days, but honestly, I don't know if it's insect bites or allergy. But today I had 2 new ones, so I assumed it's not insect bites. So what does it look like, Hiba? Is it like, it looks like an insect bite, like maybe like a pimple? That could also be a simple detox withdrawal. Your skin is your largest organ. It eliminates. You sweat through your skin, right? That's one of the first ways that we eliminate toxicity through our skin is through sweat. Your pores are open, they release. So sometimes when there is such a great amount of toxins that has to come out, or for whatever reason, they're not able to come out the other way, like you can't poop them out or pee them out, they're gonna come out as pimples. So anytime, if you have an acne problem, if you have any skin problem, eczema, psoriasis, any skin issue is basically toxicity trying to make its way out of the body, but it shows up on the surface as a skin condition. So the solution is not to put stuff on top, and the solution is not medication. The solution is to balance the imbalance that's happening internally. So if you're not sure, Hiba, looks like an insect bite, a big one. I mean, is it itchy? I think insect bites are usually itchy, right? So typically, if it's a detox symptom, it wouldn't be itchy. So maybe you need to figure this one out, Hiba.
No, it's itchy.
Okay, so itchy, I'm gonna go maybe with insect on that one.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sandra, go ahead.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is, so regarding tomorrow, I'm gonna do the clean eating. Not to confuse anyone, just for the situation.
Yes.
But after that, is it okay after the 3 days to just do the deep cleansing right away, or do I have to ease it out? You know, like and do the 3 days like we are doing right now.
No, so for 3 days, you're restarting. Let's say for you, you're restarting the 9 days tomorrow, technically, right? In theory.
Yeah.
Because of your trip. So you do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are your first 3 days that include protein. And then Saturday is no protein. You're back to just fruits and vegetables.
Okay, so so I ease it out, you know, like I don't go straight ahead for the juicing, because I was just thinking, you know, like maybe no? Okay.
No, I would also, because here's the thing, you don't know exactly what you're going to be eating in the next 3 days.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? You don't know. You might end up, it's a trip, right? You might end up doing the complete opposite of everything we're doing on this plan, which is fine, okay? Because you're on a trip. So you might not, but because we don't know, I don't want you to come back and shock your body with a day of juicing.
Okay. My other question is, with the lemon balm, I usually like to eat something sweet, you know, like a cookie or something like with tea. Normally, that's what I like.
Yeah.
Do we have a healthy situation? Have a healthy option?
No, not in the 9 days. No. And you don't want anything also to get in the way of the how the lemon balm works in your digestive system. You just want the lemon balm in there. You don't want it mixed in with something else.
Okay. My third question is this honey. Is this do you know this brand, if it's pure raw honey or no?
No, like Aziz and Imtinen are sort of, I think they're one and the same or similar. And I've heard so many things, let's just put it that way, that they wouldn't be my go-to, not the first choice.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else, ladies? As you think about what you're going to be doing after the 9 days, and you feel like you need help, you feel like you are confused, you feel like you don't know how to make a decision, by all means, reach out to me and we can have a little back and forth and I can help you make the best decision for you, all right? Don't let this overwhelm you. Overwhelm never gets great results. It's not worth the overwhelm at all. You are creating a lifestyle and that takes, you know, there's a learning curve to it. There's trial and error to it. Even if you think you make a choice that is the right one and you feel after you've made it that maybe it was the wrong one, there's no such thing as right or wrong when you're eating in the way that you're eating. It's just about constantly making the little changes that work best for you. And you're the only one who's going to know what those changes need to be. All right. So reach out to me for sure. This weekend, I will not be available to answer messages Friday and Saturday. So please reach out to me tomorrow or Thursday so I can help you through this so that you know by Thursday what plan you're going to be on Saturday once you're done with the 9 days on Friday. Okay. Shadeen, got in touch today with Melex Honey. Melex Honey is great. Yes, Melex Honey are fantastic. So eating a date with the lemon balm is not, I would rather you leave some time, like just the lemon balm is a very, very healing herb. You don't want to interfere with its healing process. That's all. Tomorrow's class, definitely come with a pen and paper. We're doing thought model tomorrow. So we're doing something a little bit different tomorrow, which is talking about your thoughts and your feelings, because none of what you're doing will work or will continue to work until you understand how your thoughts and your feelings are actually what's giving you the results. So definitely need a pen and paper tomorrow. We are definitely doing a written exercise. So it's not optional for you to jot something down. We are doing together, simultaneously together, a written exercise. All right. Will we discuss juicing day in detail tomorrow? On Thursday, Sanat. Tomorrow we're doing thought model. Thursday is all about the juicing day. From where we get Melex Honey, you can find them on Instagram. You can find them on Facebook. I have a link for them in your shopping resources also. Shadeen, sweet potato, okay, tomorrow. Yes, is that tomorrow? Yes, I always forget what date the potatoes are. You can either have sweet potatoes or both tomorrow. Super, super exciting, ladies. All right. So interesting, Sally. It is very interesting, tomorrow's class. It's literally the way to get anything in your life. This tool I'm going to teach you tomorrow. So I really, really recommend, ladies, those of you watching live, those of you watching the replay, don't miss tomorrow's class. You want to be interactive in tomorrow's class to really understand how this tool works. All right. Okay, ladies. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you all again tomorrow, same time, same place. Good night. Oh, please don't forget to put your takeaways when I share the replay. Good night, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.